80% completion percentage, 17 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Simpson's completion percentage falls to 52% with just 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. When facing pressure, there is the news, too, that our Mason Thomas on the Oklahoma side is doubtful for this game, so we'll keep an eye on that. But, Tim, what has Ty Simpson done, in your eyes, to elevate Alabama's play?
Everything. He has done everything well. Pre-snap, adjusting his reads, finding mismatches. Like Ty Simpson, the last 5 weeks has been playing as good as anybody in the country, and it also helps because his receivers are mismatches. But I love what he does pre-snap. He sees tight end one-on-one. It is a mismatch against Weeks, Josh Cuevas. But what I love even more, he knows he's going to the boundary, but he's going to look to free safety to the field. Now he's out of position, turns back, and now he puts a perfect ball over Weeks right to Josh, where it's so easy, where your tight end can make an easy catch. But then I love how he throws with anticipation, even on a play action 7-step drop. Pressure, step up, reset, and now I'm going to throw with anticipation in between 4 defenders, right to Jeremy Bernard. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's next level quarterback play. I love it. But maybe what I love most is his ability to have quick reset and then get it out extremely fast. You're going to look at him, go to the boundary. He's going to move the safety to the boundary, but watch how he resets his feet and gets out instantly to Brooks over the top. Reset, over the top, perfect ball. This dude is playing at a next level, and I think that's going to make him a first-round pick and maybe one of the first guys drafted.
I think there's 3 things that he's doing better than anybody in the country. You saw a couple of them there. Touch throws. Nobody throws the ball with the touch and accuracy that he does. Anticipation. Nobody anticipates like Ty. And the one that's most important, that'll be important today, is how he controls things at the line of scrimmage pre-snap.
Yes.
Right? And this Oklahoma defense will give you a lot of varied looks, a lot of unique looks, third downs, overloads, unbalanced looks on the defense. He's got to control the line of scrimmage and the protection to get himself protected so they can be successful distributing the ball to their talent.
The one thing we haven't mentioned is how Oklahoma's coming off of a bye week.
Yeah.
And how much time Brett Venables had. A lot of time to implement a lot of different looks, a lot of different defenses. And we saw what type of problems that Oklahoma's defensive line especially gave Jalen Milroe last year in this matchup. And so what new wrinkles will Oklahoma be able to implement in this week? That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. And will Alabama be ready to adjust in-game?
Yeah.
We always talk about Georgia and how great they are at in-game adjustments. I think this game for Alabama especially will be about the in-game adjustments because you're going to see looks that you have not seen before. So what do you do about it once you see them, once you get back to the
How
sidelines?
important are Mateer's legs in this one?
It's massive, right? I mean, this John Mateer last week against Tennessee, or 2 weeks ago because they had the bye, that's the version of John Mateer that Oklahoma needs to win this football game. He rushed the ball 16 times for like 80 yards and a touchdown, and that's the recipe Alabama struggled with. If you go back there, 4 losses over the last 2 years under Kalen DeBoer. 3 of those, let me go through them. Diego Pavia, 20 rushes, 58 yards, 4 first downs he picked up with his legs. They lost that game. This one, last year, Jackson Arnold, 25 rushes, 131 yards. They couldn't handle his legs. And this year, Castellanos for Florida State, 16 rushes, 78 yards, and a touchdown. The legs of John Mateer set up everything in this offense. They're not super explosive down the field, but when the quarterback run game gets going, it opens up things for Xavier Robinson. It opens up things for the quick passing game, for the catch after the run. That is the most important part of this game for Oklahoma.
Jordan, why that is so important is because they are so bad at explosive passes down the field. They're the second worst in the SEC in explosive passes. They're 73rd in the FBS in explosive passes. And so to be able to manage that and handle that, the QB run is the great equalizer in college football and in football in general. And John Mateer has to be that guy, especially with his legs.
And I know Paul's going to talk in a second, but what it does to the defense when you have a running quarterback, it makes all the secondary players start to get nosy. And then that is how you create the deep pass and explosive plays. Sorry, Paul, go ahead.
No, listen, I was just sitting over here. Laura, what was so interesting to me all week was the trepidation from Alabama fans. I haven't heard it in a while, but they all coalesced around one thing, which has been obvious since day one. Alabama can't run the football, and that does not work well when you're up against Brent Venables, although the explosive passing game of Ty Simpson is important. But it is something to keep your eye on if Alabama struggles out of the gate.
That's right. Yeah, John Mateer also needs to get the ball out quickly. He completes 78.7% of his passes when he releases the ball in 2.5 seconds or less. So if he can do that, that can make a big difference for Oklahoma. Let's head over to our Southwest Sky Deck. Best seat in the house here, looking for your next beach vacation. Southwest announced new service to St. Martin and St. Thomas starting in 2026. That sounds great. I mean, listen, there's nowhere I'd rather sounds pretty good.
Isn't that where Paul lives?
Oh, yeah, he does live there. He's like, wait, I do? Perfect for your spring break travels, thanks to Southwest for the best seat in the house here. Coming up, Georgia tight end Lawson Lucky has all the motivation he needs every Saturday for the Dogs, and it comes from his 13-year-old brother just outside of Athens. He's healthy and ready to play today, and we'll tell you an incredible story coming up. And next, it's 10th-ranked Texas visiting number 5 Georgia for the first time ever. Can this year's matchup live up to the classics we saw a year ago from these two teams? Chris Fowler's been on the call for one of those great ones. He's joining us next here on Nation. More with Chris right after this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Watch out, Harry Dog's going to put bunny ears on you. Chris? Oh, no.
We'll be right back on the other side of this break.